There we go. I'll put my tuner on. Jeez, just like the old days. Except a bit less fear and dread. Just a bit. Oh, there's Liz. My fiddle's pretty in tunes. I've been at this all day today and got reminded of some great tunes today. And there's lots more stuff we'll learn for sure, but I realized that we're gonna have to slow it down again. We've been doing lots of jigs and reels, and we'll have to get another slow air in there. So I have a few in mind that I think we might do, but anyway, okay. So D major, we'll start with a scale, a nice scale and an arpeggio. I got my tuner on so you can trust me. Let's do it. We don't have Pat's nice relaxing warm-up music, but we'll just have to imagine it. Here we go, scale first. Ready, 2, 3, go. All right, let's do an arpeggio while we're at it. Ready, go. All right, I have to say I had very good success, but that is probably the 7th time today that I've played the D major scale and arpeggio. So I guess I'm warmed up. So let's do it again slightly faster. Everybody having good success there? Their tuners are happy and not too bad? Not frowning at them? Okay, so let's try her again a little quicker. Okay, so it's going to be like this. 1, 2, 3, go! How we feeling? How we feeling? Still good? Still strong? Faster! So like this. 1, 2, 3, go! Right on, that was fun. And we're gonna go one more notch, but I gotta let Brenda in. Okay, everybody still feeling good? Still pretty well in tune there? Yeah? Okay, let's do one more bump up of the tempo. One more. Try to do it exactly the same feel and everything. Okay. Hi, Brenda. So it's gonna be like this. Okay? A one, a two, a one, two, three, go. Oh, whoops, I screwed it up. And not only that, I was flat. So let's do it again. One. Oh, there's Bill. Okay. A one, two, three, go. Okay, how is that? I see a few kind of not as enthusiastic nodding this time around. Not quite as enthusiastic. Let's do it one more time. Same speed. A one, a two, a one, two, three, go. All right, better? Great. Okay, so let's get out the old morning thrush set. Okay, and we're gonna work through that. Now, first of all, let's take a look at the Drunken Jenny, because we just kind of got that one, and let's practice that first. We'll work backwards through the tunes, and then we'll practice the whole set, okay? I'm gonna get that up on my screen too. Now, even though we're on Zoom, please don't hesitate to chime in and ask me questions if you need to. Or, you know, complain at me or whatever you need to do. Okay.
What exactly are we looking for?
So the morning thrush, followed by Jenny's Welcome, and the other Jenny's Welcome. Okay, let's see here.
Sorry, Dan, I was just going to say I'm going to log on and off and on because my computer was updating, so I couldn't come on my computer. I'm on my cell phone right now, and I'll switch to my computer in a few minutes. So if you just wonder why I'm coming back on again, it's not two of me.
No problem. Thank you. Okay. Jenny's Welcome. Okay, so we'll start with the Drunken Morning Thrush, or sorry, Jenny's Welcome, and we're just going to practice it slow. Just going to go nice and slow and get really familiar with it while you have the privacy to do that on the Zoom. Okay. All right, so let's see. Nice and slow, I think, would probably mean... I think that would be a good starting tempo to start at. What do you guys think? Is that going to work? I'll give it to you again. Yeah, that looks like it's going to work. Okay, guys, we'll give it a go. We're going to do it a couple of times at that speed. Alrighty. Make sure I can see you all. Here we go. A one, two, 1, 2, 3, go. Okay, that was a workout. All right, but everybody looked like they were doing pretty well. Okay, anybody having any problems? All I have to go by is looks on the Zoom. Looked wonderful. No problems? Okay, great. Shall we speed it up a little tiny bit? Give your left shoulder a rotator thingy, whatever you got to do there, and we'll speed her up a little bit. See if it starts to take shape. All right. So let's see. Let's see if we can do it, guys. Let's see if that's going to work, okay? And we'll do it a good couple of times. So if you don't get all the notes the first time around, you have the second time around to get them all in there, all right? Whatever notes you don't get in the first time, just make sure you play them at least the second time around. Here we go. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3. did you do, everybody? Not bad? That's great. Yeah, and it's starting to groove now. That had a nice little groove to it there. Very, very good. Okay, cool. So let's leave that monstrosity for the time being. And let's go to the regular Jenny's Welcome and play that a few times. And we'll have the sun coming out a little bit here. All right, so the regular Jenny's Welcome. The one that would pass a breathalyzer. There we go. Let's see, nobody was passing a breathalyzer last night, I'll tell you that. Okay. There we go. Okay. Okay, that's, oh no, that's the other one. There we go. Now, this one we probably don't have to take as slow to start with. We can probably pick this one up just the tiniest bit and do it maybe, say, let's see here. Maybe like this. Kind of like, let's just try at the same tempo we just finished with the other one and see if it works. Because it's a little more forgiving to the ear. And it should work. All right, let's give this a shot. Okay, I'll give you a good count in now. 1, 2, 3, go! I love that tune. Now everybody looks just cheerfully chugging along there, but I want to check in and make sure. Yeah, well, yeah, it's a long-winded one. The whole thing is a little long-winded, but anyway, how are we feeling? How's everybody doing? Any questions or problems at all? Don't be shy. Okay, cool. So let's go to the morning thrush then. And then we'll put the whole thing together. Morning thrush. Ba-dee-da-dee-da-da-ba-dee. Where is it? Where's my morning thrush? Okay. Sorry, I'm just having trouble finding it. I will find it here any minute. Here it is. Okay. So let's see. So a speed does not have to be fast. Just that's going to be the end result there, guys. That's as fast as it has to go. All right, let's give it a try and see how we do. Okay. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3. might have taken that too fast. What do people think? Was it too fast? A little bit? Okay.
It kept getting faster.
It won't get faster, but that was too fast. Like we wouldn't even, it just got away from me. I blame it on that young fella last night because he, like many people from where he's from, started off at one tempo and the foot gets going and it goes shoop, and it stays there. And that's the way it was last night. So I blame him. It's not my fault. A little bit of genetics from my dad too, who had the same problem. Little bit of that, but other than that. Let's do it. Let's do it again, slower. So kind of like this. That's a little bit more manageable. Alrighty? Let's do it. One, two, three. A lot more manageable, and I enjoyed it too. It was a good speed. How did everybody else feel about that speed? Were you still grooving? Yeah, that's good. Totally nice speed. So let's make a note of that. I'm gonna see what that was on the metronome, because it's a winner. It wasn't 93, I'll tell you that. 72, people. It's the magic tempo for the morning thrush, 72. Please, somebody write that down so when I ask what were we doing that at, you can tell me, 72. Okay, so now let's just take a little look at the seams. Or did we already look at the seams last week? No, so let's do that now. Let's take a look at the seams. We'll work backwards. So we got the 2 Jenny's Welcomes. And to get from one to the other is going to be really, really easy. I'll just show you. And we're doing regular first. That's how we're going to try it to start off with and see what we think. So anyway, here's the last part of the regular. Yeah, I think we should just straight up take that second ending that is so nice there, and then forget about the pickup note for Jenny's Welcome, the A that's written into Jenny's Welcome there, because we're going to use that E at the end of the regular version as the pickup note. Okay, so it's going to sound like this. So. That, and then we go into the Seamus version. Okay, so let's try doing that a couple of times. So this is now the last line, just the last line of Jenny's Welcome regular, using the second ending, and then into Jenny's Welcome, and we're going to do it with a big long D. So just like it's tied together there, that's what we're going to do. A great big long D. And it should really be on a down bow, really, if it's working properly. Okay, and then we'll see how far we get into Jenny's Welcome. So let's do that a couple of times, people. Last part of Jenny's Welcome regular. Last line. 1, 2, 3, go. Okay, that's how that's. I really like that. And when we do that all together, it's going to be effective. Okay, let's do it again. Same exact thing. Last line of regular. 1, 2, 3, go. One more go to be sure. Same place. 1, 2, 3, go. Yeah, that's how we're going to do that. Okay? Now, how's everybody feeling about that transition there? Is it working okay? Fairly straightforward, depends on the long D. Okay? Now, let's take a look at the other seam, which is morning thrush into that other one. Where is the morning thrush? That's not it. It's on my Chrome. Which is nowhere. Oh, there it is. Okay. So that is going to be now. Yeah, and this, I'm pretty sure we don't have very much choice. I think we have to do a little gap there. Like that. See that? If we try to add pickup notes, I think it'll just mess it up and make it sound messy, and I think we should just do the gap. Okay? So I'm going to demonstrate that once more. Show you how that's going to work. I'm just going to put it up so I don't do something crazy. Okay, so I'll play the last line of the morning thrush. Like that. See that? Very, very simple. So let's all try that. The last line of the morning thrush, and then we'll play the first line of Jenny's Welcome regular, which is much cheerier. So it should all go together. Okay. Not too fast for the last part of the morning thrush. 1, 2, 3, go. One more time. Let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, go. Okay, now one more time, but this time I'm going to speed up when I hit that reel. Just the tiniest bit. Okay, so one more time with the speed up. 1, 2, 3, go. Okay, that seemed to work okay. Any questions or comments?
Can I make a funny suggestion?
Yes?
Instead of just doing the D at the end of the morning thrush, do an octave D and just hold it for 3 beats and then go straight into the...
Oh, that's a great trick, Bill. I do that all the time with the band, actually. And sometimes Ross does it. He'll hold the note over the bar line. Anybody that wants to do that, you go ahead and do that, okay? So what Bill is referring to there is playing the last note of the morning thrush is a D. So playing it down the octave instead and holding it for the entire length of that D and the dotted D in the Jennies.
Actually, I was doing a double D. I was holding both.
Holding both.
The high and the low.
Oh yeah, the double stop.
Yeah, and then when you start playing the eighth notes, I just joined in at that point.
Perfect. That sounds like a great idea. Yeah, that's a great trick. So I'll just show you what he's talking about here. Like kind of like that? Yeah, great. Love that. So anybody that wants to do that, you just go ahead, okay? But my point is that there won't be any pickup notes, fancy pickup notes. We'll just play that D at the end of Morning Thrush and the D at the beginning of Jenny, and holding it is totally cool, but we're not going to add any notes, okay? That's the takeaway. So let's do it. Shall we try the whole set? Shall we just do it here? Limber up. Do whatever you got to do to get the blood flowing. And we're going to get it going here. Okay, and I think that 2 times for the morning thrush, and I think just 1 time for the other 2 is plenty, because they're multi-parters. They're very long. And, you know, you got to leave them wanting more, not less. Okay. Let's give it a try. Okay, I think I got everything visible. I don't think I'll screw up at all. Okay, let's give this a try. One, two, 1, 2, 3. go. Here we go. All right, killer set. Think it's gonna work. We gotta get the reels a little quicker. Other than that, how's everybody feeling? How did all that go? Very good. Anybody have any questions, comments, concerns, or complaints? Air the grievances now. All right, great. That's great. So now we can practice the whole set. All we got to do is speed up those reels a little bit and it's going to be really great. Okay. Now, why don't you take 5 minutes or so, take a little breather there and get a drink or go to the bathroom or whatever you got to do, just like the bus driver trying to get to Peter's funeral. And we'll start in on those Irish tunes. Okay. I'm just going to go say hi to Sylv, who just got home from Irish dancing. How's everybody down there? How's dance, girl? Oh, okay. Is anyone saying anything, Jen? Okay, all right. Point taken. That's even. Alrighty. Okay, so we'll just wait for a few people to get back here and we'll play this Tar Bolton, etc. We played the Tar Bolton last night. It got played. It was actually Joe that started that one. Very, very popular tune in Cape Breton as well. Let's see here. Oh, the funny thing about Joe, though, was his fiddle. The fingerboard was dented like you wouldn't believe from his fingers. He said he'd been playing it for about 10 years. And he was complaining about his fiddle. He was like, it's not giving me the response that it used to. And I looked at his fingerboard and it looked like a World War One battlefield with all these craters all over it, like serious big ones too. And I showed him what can happen when you have dents on your fingerboard. And he was like, oh, right. He didn't know about that, about getting your fingerboard playing down or anything like that. So I think I might take him down to Heinel and get his fiddle looked at, because there's a few other things about it that are a little off that could be very easily remedied. But I gotta say, I said you just get it playing down and they get rid of the dents and it's fine. And he goes, but I love my dents. So I guess you get used to them, you know. They get to be a placeholder almost. Anyway, maybe I'll just play this set while we're waiting for everybody to come back, and it'll be their sign to come back as well. It'll get you guys in the mood, especially with March coming. back. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so let's take a look at Tarbolton here. We'll just review and revise and get that back on the go, and then we'll learn the next two. Now, the next two will go pretty quick because the middle one there, first of all, is a single, meaning that it's half as long as a regular tune. And not only that, it's really, really, really easy. Very, very repetitive. And then the Sailor's Bonnet is a little bit more complicated, but it's not a hard tune. I don't think anybody will have a problem getting it. Okay, so let's work through the Tarbolton here. Let's just play through it nice and slow and see if we can remember it. Bring it back to the fingers and the hands. All right. So kind of at this speed. Okay? A one, a two, a 1, 2, 3. One more. How are we doing, people, with the Tarbolton? No problems? Wonderful. That's great. Let's leave that for now. Longford Collector. Longford is one of the worst places in Ireland. There's a very hilarious video, though. It's on YouTube that my friend sent me. And Longford, first of all, is right in the middle of Ireland. So, and it's kind of a crossroads for the north and south and east and west. And it's below sea level, this place, so it's very dusty and and plus it's just basically just like a highway stop, and so it's very kind of car exhausty, and it's not that I was there. I played at the Johnny Keenan Banjo Festival downtown Longford, and the where we were playing, they called it the Gig Rig, and it was a farmer's wagon in the middle of the town square with a couple of chairs and a PA system on it. And what was interesting was that it ended up being like a bluegrass country music festival. That's what it was. Because Johnny Keenan was a banjo player, Paddy Keenan's brother, and it just attracted banjo players. And by the end of it, there was this big country band on the stage playing country music. Johnny Cash, and playing the fiddle in the band was Matt Cranich, who was one of the greats of Irish music, like forever. And he wrote the book, the Matt Cranich book. And here he is playing Johnny Cash and shaking his arse to it and everything. It was unbelievable. But they just love that over there. They love country. And I don't know what it is. I think it's because that's what the Irish music turned into or something. But anyway, it was quite a trip there to Longford, the worst place in Ireland. But there's a really funny YouTube video of this old fella, and he's trying to bestow the virtues of Longford and how it's not crappy. It's actually pretty all right. And
My family lives there, Dan.
What?
My family lives in Longford.
So you know.
I've been to a great wedding there, but they do like country.
They do. They love
do.
country.
They're an Abbey's
Anyway.
Drool.
Yeah. Anyway, check out the video. The guy that's trying to talk about how great Longford is, even though everybody says it's crap. It is so funny. He's not really making a case for it. But anyway, so Longford Collector. It's very repetitive. It's one of these tunes that's the same phrase, little bit different every time. So anyway, let me play you, first of all, just play it kind of not that fast so you can follow it along as you're looking at it here. That's kind of three of the same phrase but different each time. And then in the second part, more of the same. We got this G roll. Same second phrase as the first part. Same ending except slightly different. See that? You go up instead of down, basically. That's all the tune is. It's kind of like a filler, this tune, until you get to the Sailor's Bonnet. And it sets up the Sailor's Bonnet so nice. But it's a really easy tune. So let's see if we can get the first two bars. Let's play them a few times. Okay? If you can't do a roll, do a long note as you are able. So like kind of like very slow. Let's do that, okay? I'll count us all in. 1, 2, 3, go! Let's do it again. Ready, 2, 3, go! One more time. Ready, go. Okay, that's the first phrase. Second phrase is very similar. Starts the same way. that does there. Let's do that together. Second 2 bars of the tune. 1, 2, 3, go. Let's do it again. Ready, 2, 3, go. Last time. Ready, 2, 3, go. Okay. Now, this time around, the first phrase, it's the first phrase, but it's slightly different. So let's try the first 2 bars of the second line. Okay, it's just slightly different. It does everything the same except for the last few notes. Okay, 1, 2, 3, second line. Okay, and it's got that long D. That's the defining characteristic of that lick. Let's do it again, same place, second line. 1, 2, 3, go. One more. 1, 2, 3, go. Okay, and then this ending. And we'll do both permutations of the ending. The first permutation. Okay, and then the last permutation. That's the last 2 bars of the tune. Same thing, except just goes up instead of down. So first of all, let's do second line, 3rd bar in, G, F, G. Okay, and this is the first ending. Or the second, they're both the same really. 1, 2, G, F, G. Okay, let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, go. One more time. Ready, 2, 3, go. Okay, now, since we have that pretty well under our fingers, let's go right down to the end of the tune, the last 2 bars of the tune, and let's try that, because it's almost exactly the same, okay? 1, 2, last 2 bars. Let's do it again, same thing. Ready, 2, 3, go. Okay, everybody seeing the difference there? Very slight. That's why the side-by-side is so good. So now, theoretically and by rights, we should be able to play the whole A part. So I think we should try. Okay, nice and easy. I'll count us in. 1, 2, 3, go. How's everybody feeling about that? Good? Any problems? I'm here to help. Okay, great. Now, so the second part, same deal. Same phrase 3 times, slightly different. Still a long G. See that, except it's the top G. See that? And then we do it again, but this time it's kind of spelled out. And then the first phrase again. And we already know the ending. Okay? So what I suggest is let's practice the first 2 bars a couple times. Practice the second 2 bars a couple times, and then I think we got her skulled, as my dad used to say. Never really understood what that meant. Okay, let's do it. Long G, first 2 bars of the B part. 1, 2, 3, go. Let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, go. Okay, one more time to be sure. Ready, go. Okay, so now let's get the next 2 bars with the G, F, G. Okay, let's try that. 1, 2, next 2 bars. Okay, let's do that again. Ready, 2, 3, go. One more time, same thing. Ready, 2, 3, go. Okay. Everybody getting that okay? Okay, so now there's nothing in our way. I think we can play the whole damn B part right from one end to the other. So let's give it a shot. What's the worst that can happen, right? Nothing bad can possibly happen. Okay, let's do it. Long G roll. 1, 2, 3, go. Everybody happy? Okay, roll out your shoulders. We're going to do the whole thing. Okay, let's see. Oh, good. Oh, that's great. So the Chris Langan weekend is coming here in Toronto, March 3rd to the 5th. And me and the North Atlantic Drift Boys are playing at the concert on the Saturday. And it's going to be a great concert. They got some great acts coming. I can't remember right now who they are. But if you look at the website, it'll tell you everything about it. And there's going to be an open session at the Transac on the Saturday in the afternoon. And there's going to be lots of great tunes. And I told Joe McMaster about it. And I think he's going to come down too if he gets that ladder that I was telling him about. So anyway, let's give her a try right from the top here. Just getting texts about it because people are coming into town. Should be a really fun time. Okay, here we go. I'll count us in. 1, 2, 3, go! I'm tired. Okay, let's take a look at the sailor's bonnet and get to know the phrases in that one. At one point last night, Joe played this great old march, and nobody knew it, but it was because it was an old one, and it was really great. And then he got finished, and he said, "I guess with the Irish stuff, you got do the Irish people play marches?" And I said, "Yeah, they do, but they're not near as good." Brian goes, "Hey!" It was great. Okay, Sailor's Bonnet.
Hey Dan, I was at the Scottish Country Dance class last night and I thought, I know that tune. I couldn't remember what it was called. It was Lord Dreghorn.
Oh, good. That's great. Excellent.
We were dancing to it.
Did you go and wrestle the fiddle out of the fiddle player's hand?
Oh, this was recorded music, unfortunately.
Oh, I see. Well, can't win them all. Well, that's cool. That's great. Okay. Now, so let me play this tune not too fast. Give your left arm a little break, or your right arm, whichever one gives you trouble. And I'm going to play this not too fast while you're looking at it. Oh, that's a little bit weird, this version, but that's okay. That's good. That's her. See that? Not very hard tune. So in the first part, we got this. Okay, and then we got this. Let's just see if we can play the whole damn thing. The whole first line. It's only 4 bars. Oh, I think we can do it. And we'll go right slow. Oh, 1, 2, 3, go. Again. Again. Last time. Okay, very simple, guys? Very, very simple. For those that are inclined, the F, E, F, both times I do a roll, an up bow roll, an F roll, and that's the usual. Also on that B, so you tie those 2 B's together, do a roll. That's the usual for those that are inclined. You don't have to, of course. You just play the straight longs and shorts and it'll also work, okay? But that's how you would roll it, and I did that the last time through to show you. Any questions about the A part?
Sorry, Dan, could you say that again? So the F, E, F is an up bow roll, but then
Yep.
did you say is the D, F, was there another roll as well?
Of the B. So at the end of the second bar, there's 2 B's.
Mhm.
Tie them together and do an up roll on it.
Okay, good, thank you.
Yeah, good question. Okay, let's try it again. Let's try it, say, 4 more times. And those that want to try getting the rolls in, I'll do them the 3rd and 4th time. I'll do the rolls. Okay, so let's try it one more time here. First part, A part. This fiddle is just ringing like a bell these days. I'm just loving it. Okay, here we go. A 1, 2, 3, go. Sense there, guys? Good, very good. So that's the A part. Now the B part we'll take in chunks because it's a little bit tricky. The phrases are similar, but also different, of course. So we got to prize them apart. The first 2 bars of the B part. You do a roll on that too there. And that's the main theme of the B part there with those A's. So let's try the first 2 bars of the B part. Slow. A 1, 2, 3, go. Do it again. Ready, go. One more time to be sure. Ready, go. Okay, and that's the easy part. Now, the next bit here is the high B. That is a tricky little lick there, those repeated notes. So let's give it a try, see if we can get through that part. And you guys realize that dot next to the high B there, that's a typo, right? Because that would add up to too many beats in the bar. Anyway, so let's try this. Let's try the second, the 3rd and 4th bar of the second line. A 1, 2, 3, slow. Do it again, same thing. Ready, go. I need a couple more times for sure. Ready, go. Last time, I swear. Ready, go. Okay, now this ending. A bit of it we already know, because the last 2 bars of the ending is the same as the second 2 bars of the A part. See that? So basically we got to get this lick here. That's kind of the way it comes out. So the way it's written is okay, and ignore those dots again, typo. So let's try that bar, guys. Okay, bar, the first 2 bars of the last line. 1, 2, high, B. Do that again, same thing. Ready, 2, 3, high, B. One more time. Ready, go. One more time and keep going. Ready, 2, 3, go. Everybody see how that works there? Pretty simple, but it's, you know, it's one of these things that is easy, and that means it's also easy to screw up. So let's try to take this whole B part now if we can. All right, we're going to start right from one end to the other, second line. Okay. 1, 2, 3, go. One more. Any questions or problems, people, with the B part? You can do a cut on that high B if you want. I think that's what I do. Let me see. Yep, I just do a cut. I do a da dee da 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 da. Yep, just a cut on that high B, which is really nice and very effective. And you can't do a roll on it because you don't have a sixth finger, right? Be nice, but you don't have one. Although I knew a guy once that had 6 fingers and he couldn't play at all. Well, he couldn't. He didn't play the fiddle. But I don't think he would really help him, tell you the truth, because it seemed like a little sloppy, that extra finger. You know what I mean? Anyway, are we good? Okay, let's try the whole thing. I did meet a guy with no hands once in Yellowknife. We used to go to this place called the Gold Range Cafe. It was a Chinese restaurant. It was open all night. That was the thing. 50 cents for a coffee. And then the one fella, he asked for a refill, 50 cents for the refill. And the guy refilled his coffee and then said, okay, give me the money. And the guy didn't have the money. And the young fella took his coffee, poured it back in the pot. But this guy came up to me and he had no hands at all. And he asked me for a smoke. And I opened up my cigarette pack, and I'll never forget it. And he got a smoke out with no hands, put it in his mouth, and lit it with a lighter with no hands. If you can imagine that. It's just unbelievable. So let's try to play the Sailor's Bonnet with hands. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, go. Not bad? That is great. Okay, we're going to try it a tiny bit faster and see if it's still working. Another nice thing about having Joe there last night was he had more Dan R stories that I hadn't heard. Like, for instance, he was at a Cayley, playing at a Cayley, and partway through the Cayley, he puts his fiddle like this, then he reaches into his pocket and he pulls out a piece of KFC chicken. And he starts eating it. And then it's time for the next dance, and he puts it back in his pocket and he keeps playing. Or apparently, because they were really related, like the McMasters and the McCackerns, and that would be Dan R's people, were really tightly related. And I guess Joe's grandfather looked after Dan R a little bit at the end there. And they were telling him, like, you got to do something about the smell. Like, there's something called underarm deodorants. And apparently there's a funny story about him explaining to somebody, I now have this stuff that I spray on my body and I don't stink at all. Cracked me up. Okay, I've distracted you enough. Let's do the sailor's bonnet just a little tiniest bit quicker. Okay, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, go. Some fancy ending like that or something. All right. Now we did a lot tonight. I worked you guys very, very hard tonight. We played a lot of music. How are we feeling about the new tunes? The Longford Collector and the Sailor's Bonnet. It's okay. We didn't move too quick through those. Oh, that's great. That's great. And we'll do it slow. We won't, we don't have to be in a hurry about it. We'll get that set together. Next time we'll put together the seams. And yes, need a new slow air or a waltz or something like that. Did you guys do the Lovers Waltz before in the before times before Dan? BD.
No, that was Peter's favorite.
I know.
One of
That's why
Peter's
I'm wondering. Well, that's why I'm wondering whether we should do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we'll take a look at that. Okay, if you already play it, that's great. I didn't really play it before Peter's funeral, so I had to kind of learn it. But it's not hard. It's a really easy tune. I think it's possible for everybody to learn it. So I think that's what we'll do next week is Lover's Waltz. I'll try to find a good version, and that would be good. Slow things down a little bit, eh? Yeah. And then we need some more hornpipes. I've come across some recently. That was another thing last night was Brian asked Joe if he knew any hornpipes, and Joe proceeded to play this here. And then I followed it with. Which he then followed with. Anyway, so those are a whole bunch of hornpipes that the Irish people do not know anything about. So that took them a little bit by surprise, but that's okay because they need a surprise once in a while. You know what I mean? They need a little shaking up, and so that's what we did last night. Anyway, we should get a hornpipe like that. Also, I was wondering about the possibility of playing in weird keys, such as B flat. Who has played in B flat before? Most people. Okay. Has anybody heard of this tune here? Anybody ever hear that tune before? It's called, yeah, a few people. It's very common. It's called Earl Mitten's Breakdown, and it's a really good way to get into the key of B flat. And it was used for me. I remember doing it, learning that tune because it's not a hard move. See that? Not the hardest tune, and it introduces you into that key. So I was thinking about possibly heading that direction a little bit at some point, since you guys are getting so good at our keys and I'm getting bored, right? So it'd be nice to go into the flat keys or whatever. Anyway, I think it's really good that we Zoomed tonight. We got a lot of work done and nobody risked their lives, so that was really, really good. And so we should be back in person next week. Okay, everybody? Thanks a million.
Okay.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Dan.
Dan.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you, Dan.
Thanks, Dan.
Bye.
Thanks,
Bye,
Dan.
everyone.
Bye.
See ya. Bye, everybody.
Yeah.